The ongoing coronavirus pandemic can cause anxiety. And right now we're going to be joined by Chelsey Torgerson, who's the instructor, Master of Science, Marriage and Family Therapy program in Oregon Tech. So what do you tell families about managing anxiety during this time?
One of the reasons why symptoms of anxiety and depression and just uncertainty and feeling overwhelmed is increasing right now is because we are social beings. We are wired for connection, friendships, families. Those are important connections that we have and we maintain. And right now, we are being told to stay home. And that impacts our ability to maintain those relationships. And so, how do we stay connected in a time where we are being told to stay apart? And one of the things that I've been talking to with my clients is this idea of connection, and this idea of connection that goes beyond connecting to others. And there are kind of four parts that I talk about in connection with my clients. And the first is connection to self. The second is connection to others. The third is connection to nature. And the fourth is connection to a higher power. And so what I mean by connection to self is doing those self-care and coping things that remind you who you are. So some of those activities might be taking a bath or moving your body, eating food that nourishes your body. Quarantine snacks are a big deal. I know they are in my house, but making sure that I am eating foods that are fueling me instead of depleting me is really important. Drinking water, all of those things, journaling. One of the things that I think would be really cool for families to do is journal your experience during this time. This is we are in a very interesting time in our national and global histories, and that means that we're in a very interesting personal history as well. And so 10, 15, 20 years down the line, when we've all made meaning of this, it'll be really neat to be able to look back and share with future generations how we did this. What did we do to pass our time? How did we get through those really stressful times? And so that's one way that you can come back to yourself.
This is definitely in a time in our life where it can either make us or ultimately break us. And we can use this time to learn really a lot about ourselves. So what are some of the problems or concerns that your clients are telling you?
Yeah, so I maintain a small caseload, and I see teenagers and adults, and my teenagers are, we're about a month in at this point. And so we went from a trauma response, fight, flight, or freeze, what's going on, to now we're in it. We have a better understanding of what this is, sort of. We've established routines and different things like that. So I think at the beginning, there was a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of, I don't know what this is. I don't know what we're doing. There's still a lot of, we don't know what we're doing, which makes sense. None of us have lived through this before. And so we're all just going through the day, just trying to get through the day. And that's okay. And so I've noticed that the symptoms of anxiety kind of have ebbed and flowed. And also just sadness, depression, isolation, fear, the uncertainty. And I think what's happening is that we're experiencing a collective trauma, but we're also grieving collectively and individually the world that we once knew. We don't go back from this, we move forward from this. And so there's a grieving process that we are in the thick of right now. And so all of the feelings that we're feeling are completely valid. And I think the really important thing is that we're letting ourselves feel those feelings. And part of that is being able to name them. So being able to identify what I feel off today, what's going on. Maybe it's I'm really sad that I had a big event that I was supposed to go to and I can't go to it anymore. And while there are bigger problems in the world right now, it's still a bummer that you're not going to that event. And so it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be any of those feelings that are coming up. And so I think my teens are a lot more bored than my adult clients are, but I think just it's all over the board. My clients are all over the board in terms of what we're feeling. And I'll say that's true of my friends and my colleagues as well, that one day we might be feeling really great. And the next day we're like, what is happening, and I'm feeling really sad right now. And I think the normalizing part of it is acknowledging that we're going to have some really great days in this, and we're going to have some really not great days, and both are okay and both are valid.
It's definitely something to think about, and this is definitely an interesting time in our history. And like you mentioned, and thank you so much for all that you do and working for everyone out there. Chelsey Torgerson, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.